Hi guys, my name is Joe Bell. I'm the program assistant here at the Hackley and Hume Historic Sites. And it's time for one more room by room video. And for this week, we're going to be inside the Hume House here, inside the first parlor. Now this room has got all kinds of cool things to show, especially when it comes to the family. So, let's get started. Alright, so for starters, the Hume first parlor here. Now the first parlor's room purpose would have been very similar to, say, a family room in a house nowadays. Now the biggest difference between a family room and a living room is that the family room, or the first parlor here, would have been a little more formal. Nothing crazy or over the top, just a little more formal. And directly behind me here, you get these nice big bay windows, and right up top is that beautiful stained glass work. Now originally, so you can kind of see on both sides of that big center window, those kind of taller, skinnier ones, now those were originally stained glass to match the ones up top. Now we're not entirely sure what happened to them or where they went, but we are working on trying to figure out what happened to it and also how to get it back, because we would love to have stained glass back there again. And directly next to the windows here gives you a nice view of the wallpaper. Now the wallpaper in here is not original, but it is as close to the original pattern as we could possibly get. And if you're curious what pattern we were following the pattern from a picture we found in this house from 1913. And the carpet matches that picture as close as it can too. And the reason why we go with 1913 is because we do interpret this house set into the 1920s. And so this kind of wallpaper carpet combo is very similar to what the Humes would have had by that time. And right next door here is the Hume original fireplace, one of 4 inside this house. Now the fireplace is original, but it is missing a lot. To where originally you had a nice big mantelpiece, nice big wooden mantelpiece going directly above here. And so from the fireplace and from the mantle, we're gonna move right next door to it. And right here you see a copy of the Hume family tree. And with this, you see just kind of how large and extensive this tree is. And that's not all that surprising with the Humes. Because when they first moved into this house, they moved in with a great big family of 9. You had mom and dad, and then the 7 kids. And then right next to it, right over here, you see the pocket doors. And so the Hackley and Hume houses were both built with a construction method known as balloon construction. And the way that worked is you had the studs basically running from the bottom of the house all the way up to the top, which left plenty of room inside the walls for these massive pocket doors. And so the way these things worked, as you see the latch sitting right down here, you go ahead and you push the button, and the handle itself pops out. If you let go, it goes back in. So go ahead and pop it out, grab it, and you start pulling the door open. And thankfully, these things, some of them still slide really nicely, and they go all the way up, all the way down. That way it allows you to kind of close the entire room off. Then when you want them open, go ahead and push it back in, let the handle retract. And you have one on both sides. But then originally, going across the top of the frame here, you used to have curtains. And the family story kind of goes that the Hume kids love to kind of put on shows, whether it's plays, kind of little skits, that kind of deal. And they would use the curtains there as kind of their stage, kind of use this space as their stage and kind of put shows on for the rest of the family. And then right over here is one of the original Hume pieces, is this couch. So we do actually have pictures of this couch being inside this room for the 20s. And that's why we have it set up here, as this room is kind of set up to look as if it was still part of the 1920s. And then right over here is the nice cabinet. And from the cabinet, we're going to be moving over here to this window. Now this window is one of the more interesting windows we have on site here, mostly because of the job that it serves. So this window kind of pulls a 2-part job. The first part is to be a window, the second part is to actually be a door. So most houses now have a sliding glass door that moves side to side. This one actually moves up and down and works the same way. It's a floor-to-ceiling window. So as the name implies, kind of start down here at the floor, go ahead and grab the handle between the curtains, go ahead and start lifting it up. And then it's actually going to tuck right up there into the ceiling. And so that way the window actually will push, just kind of a flap right there, will push that up and tuck all the way up in there. That way you have as much room as possible when you go to walk out to the porch behind it. Because this window is the only way out there to that porch. Then next to it is probably the most interesting radiator that we have on site also. Just really kind of odd piece, not something you see all that often. Most time you see kind of taller, skinnier ones. This one's a taller, just really round one. Nice big round one. And it really does put off a whole lot of heat, especially in the winter, which is great for our holiday tours, helping keep this house warm. And so go ahead and give you guys one last pan around the room here. But it's a really nice, big, bright, open room that we really enjoy to show off on tour. All right, you guys. So that will wrap us up for one more room by room video. Now, I hope you guys really, really like this room. And be sure to let us know what rooms you want to see next. Now, also remember to keep checking back on our social medias Friday at 7 o'clock for a brand new video. And also feel free to finally stop in now that we are finally open. We are open Thursday through Monday from 10 a.m. until 4. The only exception to that being Sunday, we are open 1 p.m. until 4 o'clock. So hopefully we get a chance to actually see you then. Thanks.